All right. Thank you so much, Monica, for joining us tonight. Monica is a director in our Sweet Aroma group. She leads team Sensational Achievers, and she's going to chat with us a little bit tonight. So go ahead, Monica.
Well, thanks for having me, Martha. It's exciting to share this with you all and talk to you on this subject because it's really my passion. I think that in the years of sales, one thing that drives me is the challenge. And so that is probably one of the reasons that I started sharing the way that I do, is because it was a challenge. It's a challenge to me to get them to bite. And in the world of social media, it's changed how we share. Now, it'll never discount our face-to-face opportunity, that's for sure. The face-to-face thing with what we do and with the products that we have is important. It'll never discount it. But there's a large audience to be reached in the world of social media. And so being able to tap into that takes psychology of marketing. And if you aren't using the psychology behind it, then you're struggling and you're frustrated. So when I post, I never use the word Scentsy. And I wanted to grab their attention because I knew that they probably knew 20 other people who also could offer them Scentsy. And most of the time, if you say the word Scentsy, or if you talk about Scentsy in your post, the first thing they do, they just keep scrolling because, first of all, there's a million sales pitches on Facebook or within social media, and you're just another one of them. And so they keep scrolling. But if we can just grab their attention by mentioning how we love the atmosphere that can be created in our home using fragrance. Now I've just said something interesting, something catchy, something that makes you wonder, well, what are you doing to do that? Well, what are you talking about? But if I said, I love the way Scentsy makes my home smell, then you're a dime a dozen. And they keep scrolling because they know someone else they can get that from. But if we can create curiosity, creating curiosity is key within social media because you have got to stand out from the rest. If you don't, you're just another one they're going to scroll past. A lot of times I think, and you can too, you can look out of the corner of your eye and never even really look at a post good and know if it's a sales pitch or not. So we can't look like one. One of the, recently, one of my greatest successes with sales online has been Stargazer. All I did was post it. I didn't post the Scentsy logo on it because if I had, again, they're going to remember, the 5 other people they ran into over the last 10 years that sell it, and they'll just get with them and probably then never do, because if we do not interest them and get their attention now, we lose it. So instead, I just piqued their curiosity with a beautiful globe that looks like fireworks caught in action in the middle of a glass ball. And that sounds intriguing. It's beautiful, and showed that picture. And we have the compliance things where, we have to be careful with what kind of pictures we use. And so I used my own photo right here in my home of my Stargazer, and just took a short little video of it and posted it. I have a still picture I took of it and I posted it. And when I would do that, they wanted to know, well, how can I get one? I want one. Where do you get that? Mm-hmm. So then my next step is, again, not to send them my Scentsy link because then I've lost their attention again. Instead, I send them a private message and I let them know, I'm placing these orders now. Can I tell you what I need to include yours? I can even include you a couple wax bars for $11, or I can include you 6 bars of my favorite fall fragrances for $29.99. Well, and again, and I know $29.99, you're going to say, you're probably thinking, no, it's $30. I say $29.99 because it's the psychology of marketing. And when I say $30, they say it's too expensive. When I say $29.99, they're ready to give me their credit card, their debit card. It's the psychology behind marketing. Mm-hmm. And if you aren't thinking about the psychology behind marketing, you're going to lose a lot of business. It's going to fall through the cracks. So creating curiosity is what you've got to be thinking of every time you go to post. I thought a while ago about some different posts, and I've got a spray that was sitting well, I guess somebody moved it by the time I sat down here a while ago. There's one of our sprays that's Iced Hotel, and my son loves it. It's one of his favorites. And he said it reminds him of Aeropostale. Is that the name of that store?
Yeah. Yep.
Reminds him of that store. And there's a cologne that smells like it's the Aeropostale, I guess their main cologne, I guess, or something. I don't even know. And that's what it reminds him of. So I can imagine doing a post that shows the spray. I would not show the Scentsy name on it. I would just hold it up so that it looks curious, so people are wondering, what is that? And I would say something like, gotta keep this handy because my boys say they want to smell Aeropostale when they walk in their room. And that just makes you wonder, what in the world? What are you talking about? It makes you ask a question. So when they ask that question, then you've got them on your turf basis, what I like to say. I got them on my turf. I don't want to send them off Google searching something because they can find it in a million other places. So instead, I want to grab their attention and get a conversation in my inbox started with them.
Right.
It's really just as simple as that. There's not just always be thinking, how can I grab their attention and not send them off Google searching? How can I get their attention and not send them off thinking they can always get that somewhere else? It's always available, always handy. Oh, that's just Scentsy. That's everywhere. I can always get that somewhere else. How can I get their attention now? Create curiosity, create excitement, and get them to do business with me right now. Now, again, if I send them my link and I say, here's the link when you decide you want to purchase, I've opened the door for procrastination. So instead, I end everything with, can I tell you what I need to include your order? Y'all have any questions?
So you just asked for the sale, so you're closing that sale.
I assume the sale.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I want to share something. Monica's been with Scentsy for, I think, 5 years. I'm not sure exactly, but I want to say about 5 years. And she just did her first event with us over the weekend. And she just did her first home party Friday night. And some people want to know how to build their business on social media. Well, right now, that is the perfect example on how you can build a successful business on social media. Monica has a Scentsy team of about, I think, around 55, 60 people on her team, and she's a director, and so she has done this all through social media. So that's huge. So I just wanted to give that shout out. Now I want to ask you something, Monica. On you have your own way of how you create an incredible friends list on Facebook. Can you share a little bit about that?
Are you talking about the custom posting?
Well, I mean, you've got a ton of friends, so that's one thing I think that some of these people probably need to start with is building more of a relationship on Facebook, a presence on Facebook, building up their friends list on Facebook. I friend request all my customers, my contacts that I meet at my events, friends of my family and friends of theirs. I've done that, but I'm not sure what you've done in that area.
I go into community pages. I go into groups that are of a common interest. For me, when I started in social media, it was because I was sick. So I didn't have a social life. Facebook was it. So fibromyalgia is one of the things I dealt with. So I was in fibromyalgia communities. So I didn't necessarily go, obviously I didn't go in there and taste, I've got a warmer, look at this beautiful warmer. I can't do that. So instead I go into there and I make conversation. And my goal is to get them to send me a friend's request or to create enough of a conversation that when I send them one myself, they'll accept it. And then again, when they send me that friend's request, I'm not fixing to jump on them. I just want them to be curious about my curiosity post when I post it. And eventually they will be. Now, when I send them that friend's request and I make these connections, the next thing that is really important is that you interact with them. Send them a private message? No, because that's spamming people. They don't know you yet. So instead, I pay attention to their post and I hit the like button on it. When you first become friends with someone, it's not even appropriate really to comment on their post. They're like, who are you? But you can start out by liking their post.
Right.
And then eventually you've liked their post, and then maybe you'll see them, they'll like yours maybe. Okay, now I could say they post a photo of their daughter, and it would be okay now for me to go, oh, she's beautiful. And I'm working up to the point to where I can have a more personal conversation with them on their pages in comments. I can get a little bit more open and friendlier, and I am building a relationship in the world of social media because, unfortunately, this is not Mayberry anymore. We don't sit on our neighbor's front porch. We do not share information the way we used to. We do not become friends the way we used to. We do not build relationships the way we used to. And the generation that is coming behind many of us sitting right here right now, it's even more so that their world is social media. That's where they share. That's where they interact, become friends. Social media is it. And they do not care anything about, I know we do parties. And yes, we are going to just do everything that we can to find our way of getting into homes and doing those parties. We're going to figure it out. We're going to work on that. We're always going to. But most of them, that generation, especially millennials, a Facebook party, that interests them. Come into my home and I've got a clean house for you to come? No. Mm-hmm. They want to do a Facebook party. So we have to be, when you do a home party, you're most likely going to be with our generation, not that younger generation, the millennials.
Right. Yeah.
Facebook has changed the way we share, and it's changed the way we accept information.
Right.
Create friendships, which is what we were talking about. Mm-hmm. It's changed the way we create and develop relationships and friendships.
Right.
And then posting, I custom post. And the reason I custom post is because, like when I post about something where I'm trying to create curiosity about a warmer or whatever, most of the time you all probably don't see it. Now, there are some times that I drop the ball and I may not hide everyone, but most of the time, and especially if I'm posting something with my intentions are for trying to gain interest for recruiting, then y'all are probably not going to see it. And that is because you end up connected to a lot of other Cincy consultants, and I don't want to, I know everyone in this little room right here is probably very honest and you'd never do anything like this. But I have had in the past where people would private message someone when they show interest and comment on my post. They send them a private message and say, hey girl, you're friends with me. I feel that too. Well, I'm not interested in that happening. So I custom post.
Right.
And so when I go to post with my intentionally, when I'm intentionally posting to gain that interest, then I'm going to hide certain groups of people. There's times that I hide I've got all of my church friends in one group, and I hide them. I don't hide them on everything, but I'll hide them on majority of my posts because I don't want them to feel like my word. Every time you see her, she's posting about those warmers or she's posting about what. I don't want them seeing that every time they turn around. So I balance out that how much they see by custom posting.
Right. Now, can that only be done from a PC or can that be done from your phone?
It can be done from your phone, but and I may not be, someone else may know more about this than I do, and I really need to learn more about it. But from what I have experienced, you have to set the settings. You can set some settings on your phone, but not in real detail. Like if you've got a privacy setting where you have blocked several groups of people, and you've done that on your desktop or laptop, when you go to put on your phone and you go to block that group, they're already set there and you can't add more groups of people. You can add individual people, but not groups of people. And most of my people, as soon as you send me a friend's request, I'm placing you in a category. Okay. So to block that category of people, like I've got one that's I've got a category that says negative people. And I block the negative people on many of my posts because I don't care to argue with them or have their opinions on my posts.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Okay. Does anyone have any questions for Monica?
Can you hear me?
We can now. We couldn't hear her earlier.
I was having technical difficulties, honestly. Sorry.
That's what we understand.
I
We've
was
all had
hearing you
those.
and I'm fumbling and I just couldn't get it together.
We can hear you now, though.
Okay. You can hardly see me. I don't know.
You too. Yep. We can see you too. Did anyone have any questions about the creating curiosity on social media, your posts? All right.
And the post that we were talking about earlier that Martha did about the little candle business for recruiting, that is creating curiosity, because I noticed, I think it's the same post, and she said, what kind of candles or something?
Yeah.
Somebody asked you that?
Yeah. She asked what kind of candles I sold. And then
Right.
I sent her a private message.
Right. But had you have said Scentsy, she would have never even conversed with you.
Yes, because after I private messaged her, she said, oh, I have 2 Scentsy consultants in my town. I wouldn't want to do that. And then I came back about social media and Facebook. And so she says, let me think on it. So yeah, she probably would have never.
No, because she would have made the assumption, oh, there's 2 other in my town, there's too many, and you would have never gotten the opportunity to respond to her objections.
Exactly. Yep. This is, I did a post similar to this one. I changed it up a little bit and had a different picture last month and said something about the little candle business. And from that post, this is my 3rd new team member from doing that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's creating curiosity is huge. Yeah, 100%. Now, do you have one that you've used on creating curiosity and in recruiting? I hate the word recruiting, but do you have one?
I do too. Not particularly, because I'm pretty random. I just sit down and make a post. I mean, the one that you have done about the little candle business, I mean, it really doesn't get much better than that.
I know what, I just remembered what my one was last month. It was after we got our commissions, and I said, I'm so thankful for my little candle business. I'm able to pay my mortgage every month from it.
Yes.
So again, I don't have to use the disclosure statement on something like that because I never mentioned Scentsy.
Right.
So I just mentioned my little candle business. So, those are all little things and ideas for us to remember in creating curiosity. You can say your little candle business because we're not mentioning. It could be any candle business, right? So that it's just getting very creative and thinking outside the box. It really is.
Exactly right. That's right. And Brittany, that's right. What time you post is important. You kind of have to, which you can do some research and find when the busier times are and the best times to post are. But one thing that you also can do is go back to some of your posts that you have done before that had a lot of activity, that got a lot of interest, that had a lot of likes, and share your own post.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're going to reach a larger audience when you do that. Another thing that reaches a larger audience is when people hit the heart button instead of the like button. Right. So at the end of a post, you may even want to say, if you love, if your favorite, tell me which would interest you most when it comes to fall scents. Are you a pumpkin kind of person or a cocoa kind of person?
Right.
Give me a heart emoji if you love the pumpkin scents, or give me a smiley face if you love cocoa.
Right. And
your purpose of that is really to just generate activity there that causes your post to have more exposure. Right.
Right. I know a few months ago too, I did one on, took a picture of a warmer, and it was Grotto, but you couldn't really read the title of the scent. Mm-hmm. And our young girls love the scent of Anthropologie when they walk in there. And mm-hmm. I can't remember what I said, but I said, who loves the aroma of that or something? I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, perfect curiosity post.
And that day I had probably 8 PWS orders from that post. Mm-hmm. So it's just, you got to build up your customer base on social media and then start creating curiosity.
Right.
and obviously it's something, and in between that time, you've got to put something out there that people are interested in too, whether it's your kids, your grandkids, your dogs, something that's going to get a lot of interaction, because the more you post and or you share popular posts, you are getting into other people's news feeds more. That's so important.
Right. If you don't post about real life in between, then they're going to turn notifications off or block you because they're tired of seeing whatever it is that you're posting. They get weary of it or whatever. Where did Martha go?
I'm right here.
Oh, like she disappeared. I was going to say something. I don't remember what it was.
That's about sharing and posting and people blocking.
Yeah.
I had to go get this.
Oh, okay. Oh,
look at that.
I was so excited this came today. Melly has been waiting and waiting and waiting.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's not going to stay at your house long. Are you going to make her keep it there?
I don't know, but Hilton needs to take a good picture with Melly or Willow with us so we can get 10 sales.
Oh yeah, that's adorable.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. It's so cute.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's just the cutest thing ever.
Yeah, I've seen the Christmas ones also in the brochure. The holiday.
They're precious.
Yes, they're so sweet, so sweet. Does
Mhm.
anyone have any questions, comments, or anything? I think our 30 minutes is almost up, so I just.
Was that Lenny?
Yes.
Was that Lenny?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have the original Lenny from way back.
Do you really? I wonder if
Yeah.
they're exactly the same.
I wonder.
I
That's cute.
They look the same to me, but I mean, I don't have the old one.
Yeah.
It's just so adorable with that little costume on. So cute. So cute. Oh, okay. Does anyone have any questions? I'm sorry. Let me
I
go.
wanted to make a comment that, can you guys hear me? I can't
Yes.
remember if I took it off mute. Okay. This isn't a personal photo, but it's something that I've had success with, and I'm going to do the fall leaf one, where you could take the Scentsy logo off of it if you want to, but it's the pick a number of a leaf going around, and you can post something to the effect of pick a number, you'll be happy you did. I think it's like numbered 1 through 7 or 1 through 10. You could even use that towards recruiting, or you could use it for booking parties, but you could take the Scentsy independent consultant logo off of that and build curiosity. Even when I had the Scentsy logo on it the last time I did it back for Easter, I had tons of people pick numbers that I had to send messages to. So it was really effective.
Did you book parties from that, or was it for PW?
It was a party. That one I did back at Easter was the egg one, pick a number of the egg. And I booked parties off of it, 2 parties and a Facebook party.
Okay. I did the egg one too, and I had some parties. I think it was all Facebook parties. I can't remember if I had a home party. I think maybe I had one home party from that. Okay, awesome.
And there's a fall image with the leaves right now that's
And there's a pumpkin one too, I seen.
Oh, cool. That would even be cuter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
either one of them. Yeah, either one of those. And you could also print that off and play that at your home parties and shows.
That's a good idea.
And by the way, my party wheel arrived today. I haven't opened it yet.
Oh, cool. We would like, is it where you can show?
Let me go look real. Hold on.
That was quick.
Yeah, it was.
She must have ordered it while we were talking about it. Oh, she did. She did the one click on Amazon.
Yeah, that's Amazon's fast.
Yeah.
I'm opening it with you guys right here. All righty.
So are you planning just using this like we're at vendor events, or what's your thought behind where all you would use it?
I would probably use it at vendor events and home parties, I would think. I think it would be good for both. But we'll know here in just a minute when I open it. Yeah, it's definitely small enough to where I could transport it. I wanted it to be a tabletop because, you know, you just never have a lot of room. So yeah, here it is.
Oh, cute.
Oh, it's smaller than I thought.
Yeah, it's a little bit smaller than a wife, but it's I think
But it's perfect. Yeah, it won't be in the way.
And that's called a party wheel.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at those online too.
Yeah.
They're cool. Sorry, I lost connection again.
That's okay.
I had an order.
Hey.
So
It
yeah,
kind of trumps everything.
it'll be interesting how this goes. Yes. So we'll see. I thought it was worth it to try. I would think it would draw attention, you know.
Uh-huh.
So we
So would you just like put like I don't even know what I was gonna say. Do you just put like things that they could earn, like a warmer and
yeah, it's a chalkboard.
Dry erase.
Yeah, dry erase. That's yeah.
okay.
So I can so I'm just gonna do different things depending upon what's going on, but things that you know that will draw them in. I think can see, I did that today and had one order from it. It's a favorite game among my friends. Awesome, Brittany. Brittany, are you talking about the leaf or pumpkin one? And Ashley wants to know, can the grab bag pictures be posted on Facebook on your page? Yes. Okay. All right. Anything before we go? I think our time's.
I'm probably making you all sick. Sorry.
Did you say how did your show go, Kim? We were asking you.
Oh my gosh, it was amazing. It was really good. Did really well. I have
Good.
a party booked and a new recruit, possible new recruit.
That's awesome.
That's great.
Oh, actually, two possible.
That's awesome. Good deal. We
That
did
is.
our event, and I think Stacy's probably going to end up with about 3 new team members, right?
Yes. That's
Yes.
awesome.
Fingers crossed, possibly.
Yeah. And I think Monica's going to have one, and I might have one. I'm not sure. I need to follow up with mine. I basically didn't do a whole lot today. I didn't feel very
Well,
very productive today. If it could be done from my phone, I didn't really do much.
It was a busy week last week, though. It really, really was. It was long hours.
Yes, it was. My whole month has been like that, really.
Yeah, that
Wow.
standing around was tiring, wasn't it?
I gotta get conditioned for that thing kind of work again.
And I had to go do that. And then I had to go do my first party. And I was mentally stressed.
How did it go, Monica?
Well, I've been living in the social media world for way too long. I don't interact with people. It's like, oh, can I hide in the corner and type? Oh no, it was okay. It wasn't too bad. But I just wasn't. I'm bad about preparing. And if you prepare, you will have a great party. If you do not prepare, then you'll have an okay party. And I had an okay party. Because I didn't prepare real well. And but we did the game, the throw the buddy game, where I told the story. We threw the buddy that you had suggested, Stacy.
The Cincy story. That's a fun one.
It was. That went really well. So I gave a gift for that. And yeah, I mean, it was okay. I mean, it was an okay party. It wasn't something they talked about later and said they had the most fantastic time, I'm sure. But it was.
Hey, you got it done.
I get to redeem myself though, because her sister booked a party, and so I'm gonna go back and they'll all be there, and I'll redeem myself.
There you go. Awesome. Yeah.
I'm gonna be memorable next time.
Yeah.
Oh. But she's still collecting orders. We haven't closed it yet. So
Well, that's good. That's good.
yeah.
All righty. Well, we have got to go. Our time is up here. And so it was awesome chatting with you guys tonight. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you, Monica, for
I love sharing with y'all.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And you guys have a great rest of your evening. And I don't know about you guys, but I have a full day. I got my orders all lined up at the door, and I'm going to hit the road hard tomorrow.
Yay.
You guys have a good week.
Okay.
You too.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.